Burger. I'm going to show you the blue Kachina. It's going to be right here. Let's switch this camera right here. And this is live right now. Let's set that booger. Oh, you dirty pup. Put that right there like that. See that round blue Kachina right there in front of my finger? See if I can get it there. There it is right there. See it? It's round right there and blue right there. There, back it up a little bit. See it? Still there under that big light ray. There's a red one in there too. You can't see. But I can see part of it in this picture when I blow it up. It'd make a really awesome picture. Yeah, take it down to Walmart, I guess, make a new picture. Told somebody we should get the stupid computer all set up so we could do it here, but what the heck. Don't get pictures like that to put on the wall, and if we do that, well, I guess I could if I made them here. People can do that, you know. We don't get into all the high-tech crap. Good old Otis. Hey, buddy. Hi. Did you smile? Yeah, that's you. Yeah, facial recognition. I recognize you, dog. Facial recognition. Yep, I recognize you. I'm a funny guy. Laugh at my own jokes, praise God. Oh, Jamie Yukis there. Yeah, remember I said something about CBS News. And then CBS, you know, they're from my neck of the woods, a little bit south. You know, I used to hobnob in the SID quite a bit, working with some of the crew, but whatever. Yeah, life is life. You learn to love a lot of people. Anyway, you gotta make this one go back like this. And then let's just keep you there. Gotta get whatever here. Go back to this very first one up here. Is that it right there? I think it's that one right there. And then that's, hold, I gotta turn this volume down. This darned old mash is on. Turn that down. You'll never hear that bugger. Alright, there we go. And then put that on there. This is about that YouTuber.
And initially said it would not remove them unless Hobson pled guilty or was convicted. But just late today,
Jeff Glore and Jamie.
In New Zealand,
all right, thank you, Jamie.
mosque attacks were today among
Jeff, yep. All right, cool. Anyway, that's those guys off in CBS land. She's on Big Bird so much she probably never gets the time to go sit in her house and doggone the SID if she still has it. She probably does and whatnot, but you know, she used to work down there in the cities before, Twin Cities. We had a poem we wrote one time about a apostle, St. Paul ain't no saint. Anyway, it was about killing the natives and the buffalo and all that stuff. I wanted to read a story today, and I don't know how to do it without doing anything wrong, except for whoever holds the copyrights to this one darned story in this one book here. It's a very good story. It's this one here. It says The Hand That Feeds, and it's about the natives here and the land, and not just in where I would live, but the whole continent, you know, including Canada too. And I'm sure lots in South America too. I mean, of course, they came in through that area, so it is what it is. But let me read the story. Hopefully you can hear it. And then I'll put that over there. You guys get to look at me when I was young, when I went to Hurricane Kachina in '05. Anyway, so here it goes like this. Reformers urging any copyright laws, they go to the holder of this book. And so we got them, so let's give them to them, whoever they may be. Reformers urging the so-called peace policy on President Ulysses S. Grant envisioned the reservation as a school of industry, not a pen where horses are to be fed with flour and beef and supplied with blankets. Unfortunately, the latter image was too often the reality. Native people who had lived by buffalo hunting were herded onto lands not suitable for farming or much else. Then whites expressed dismay that they became dependent on government rations. The dole was issued directly to individuals, not through their chiefs, another means of undermining tribal authority. Those in Canada, they do a really good job at exposing the corruption in the treaties and stuff and how they were mistreated. And so now today we're going to recognize all the nation's people and represent them with the salvation that's of Christ. And yeah, I don't think it was right to stuff anything down them, and I thought it was terrible what happened. I'm doing this. This is God that has love for these people. Some Indians had to travel 3 days in each direction to receive the weekly handout. Docile crowds, such as those below at Pine Ridge, South Dakota, stood patiently in a line of agency headquarters where the ration tickets inset for scarcely palatable foods. In other words, it was rotten. Okay? Put that in plain English. It was not fit to be consumed by man or beast, as they would say. And certainly not to indicate they were beasts. They were not fit for me or you or anybody on planet Earth. The Crow Creek Sioux were fed from a 6-foot square vat, in which beef heads and entrails, the guts and shit, beans, flour, and pork had been boiled up to 20 hours. What a slurry of, oh man, can you imagine how disgusting that sounds? That's like putting all that baloney bullshit together that these stores do, and then they make it in all this food today. Yeah, that's some terrible crap that we've been eating. We should probably try to give it up and be nice to animals and stuff. The devil wants us to be mean to everything. Some succumbed to starvation after the nauseating mixture made them sick. For the Arapaho at Wind River, Wyoming, a weekly ration in 1884, wow, listen to this, included 4 pounds of beef and 1.6 pounds of flour per person. But widespread corruption in the Bureau of Indian Affairs siphoned off a sizable amount of the money appropriated by Congress each year. Of course, they got to throw the blame somewhere. By 1890, the ration at Wind River was down to 14 ounces of beef and 8 ounces of flour, and only about a half eligible people received even that. An Army colonel on frontier duty summed up the attitude of all too many whites. Give the Indians sugar and coffee, furnish them with plows and seeds, but let them at once and forever understand that hand that feeds can, and if need be, will strike. Note. So that's what we see happen, of course, and they take the food away, and they did that, and of course now today we become a submissive people in a sense. And they walk blindly without no good leadership. That's not good. No, people cease to exist without good leadership, without the elders. Whew. Listen to this next one. Bibles, not bullets. In the meantime, native religious practices, and this is what exactly happened. It's going to say, I'm going to show you something. It says, Catholic boarding schools on Montana's Crow Reservation help discourage such offenses as the Sundance and polygamy. Why? Guy had more than one wife, and they didn't like it because it was of their choosing, I guess. Here, a Jesuit priest visits a Crow village. And some really awesome, beautiful pictures in this book. And it would be nice whoever could buy them. And I don't know where you'd get this book. It would be something my wife got over the years, and stuff like that. She's a good wife. In the meantime, native religious practices had come under attack across the continent in the name of assimilation. On the Great Plains, Indian agents in the 1880s a halt to the Sundance, a major yearly ritual for more than 20 different tribes, because it was considered pagan. About the same time, the Canadian government outlawed the lavish potlatches that were at the heart of the ceremonial life up and down the northwest coast. Isn't that a way to try to break the nations apart and to weaken them? Just what they showed in First Nations people out of Canada, a real good group of people. Can't think of what their names are. They got really cute programs on some of those they make, I think. Everywhere Christian missionary groups, and some of which longtime rivals, divided the Indian country so that one domination had primary responsibility for reservation and access to a captive island. potential converts. Bibles and not bullets are the proper instruments by which to reclaim savages and confer the blessings of civilization, proclaimed one undoubtedly well-meaning reformer. He spoke for countless others. Friends of the Indian, progressive thinkers who did, you got any more progressive thinkers today? Come on now, look at this. Progressive thinkers want Indians to continue to live as Indians, but to believe that gods, here I'll switch it around, it says gods, I'm going to say children of God, that they had, it says God's children, I'm going to say children of God, they had every right to live as white people. Some Indians enthusiastically embraced Christianity, especially where the Bible was available in a native language, as it was for the Cherokee and the Choctaw. Many were puzzled by the divisions between Catholics and Protestants and sometimes tried to play off one against the other. No, the natives, they were smart enough to see this way back then. Here's a good one for the old buzzard, Carol. He's always talking stuff, And, sorry, hon, I didn't mean to say your name. And I wish I knew how to edit this dumb thing. I suppose all I gotta do is look at it further and do it, but let's say PISS on editing it, because it's not even real once it's edited. It's like one guy rolled the NB, way the flow, naughty, cool. Protestants and sometimes tried to play off against the other. Others superstitiously melded their own traditions into the adopted region. Rex the other day asked me about where did I hear about the Aztec Indians, and I said, I read, I guess, or schooling or something like that it was, because I know it's somewhere I got, boy, you said you had good schooling. Yeah, no kidding. I had to learn a lot, I guess, on my own, but I don't know where that came from. God was behind it anyway. Turned out those natives, they came down, and went to the Aztecs. There's, oh gosh, looks like they went out of the Four Corners region, finally ended up in Mexico a long time ago, middle of Mexico. Let's see, the Cherokee in between the Catholics, Protestants, and they played one against the other. Okay. Others superstitiously melded their own traditions into the adopted religions. Note, that's what we talked about today in a little earlier vid about your little nephew, how he gotten sick and how we prayed for your uncle and how he gotten well and lived and then finally died and this and that. A lot of spiritual things happen in our life. Yeah, you're looking at that. Maybe I can turn it back if you want. I don't care. And then anyhow, here's the book and stuff, and I'm really reading it. And it says, Catholics and Protestants sometimes tried to play one off against the other. Others superstitiously melded their own traditions into the adopted religion. So, for example, Christian camp meetings were held harvest time and included, honey, it's hot enough in this house, features, oh good, because it's about 100, features of the traditional green corn ceremony. And this is a really good book. It's try to figure out whose God is here, somewhere in here. I was looking for it. So far I haven't found it, but I didn't really look thoroughly. It's Reader's Digest it goes to. And it's, I don't know when it's published. It's through them, they get the copyrights. Of course, when you do it, Library of Congress, see, and it wouldn't be for money or anything like that, but for educational purposes, and that's what this is. This is a really good book on our nation. You see, I was brought up, first powwow I ever went to, I was about 4 or 5 years old, and I can remember this powwow in a place called Ball Club. It's pretty cool. Been quite a life. You can hear the kid in the background, one of the grandkids. I don't know. I just wanted to make a short video and some stuff that was on my mind. I have a feeling this is what will be happening here on out for who knows how long. We'll see. God bless. Everybody have a good day.